Welcome back to the trail, everybody. It is Friday the 27th of May. Memorial Day weekend is upon us, and we are heading out of Duncannon. We are planning to be in Port Clinton in 3 days. Got a 30-miler ahead of us today, but it's only 2 climbs, so shouldn't be a big deal. We got into Duncannon pretty nice and early yesterday and was able to take a lot of time in the day to just relax and get recuperated, so this shouldn't be too bad. But it is going to be a little bit rainy. Should help keep the heat down, obviously. But looking forward to the next stretch. Should be in Delaware Water Gap on June 2nd, and that's where we're going to catch up with Popeye and them all again. We got Maestro joining us. He was somebody that we knew earlier on in the trail and then kind of got ahead. So he's going to be with us, and it looks like there'll be some celebrity guest stars before too long. But with that being said, appreciate you guys coming along, and see you up the trail. A rainstorm on the trail today. Umbrella's working well. A wet morning on the AT. Was super lucky and got a spot in the shelter last night, and so did everybody in our crew. Maestro didn't show up. He is a friend of the crew, and has been hiked with us yesterday, I guess, or at least stopped at the same shelter. He's not going to go as far as us or as fast as us anymore, so unfortunately he'll be hanging back. But he showed up at like 8:30 and he got the last spot, so it was oh, look at this. So I think the clearing that happened after the midday storm kind of fooled some people into thinking that it was going to be clear for the rest of the night, and we got, apparently I was up through it, a pretty good 2-hour downpour at about midnight. So just getting through this mud. So, but it should be clearing for the next little while. Memorial Day weekend is upon us, so I'm expecting there to be plenty of people on trail. And it's going to get hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s soon. And not today, but within the next couple of days. But I've got my new sun hoodie, which I'm absolutely in love with. So I'm ready for some hot temperatures, because I've done some hot temperatures and some big hikes in that other one that, you know, don't get me wrong, I like it a lot, but I don't think it was the right shirt for the trail, for this trail. And the face mask on it was like wearing a scarf. So scarves aren't exactly an ideal thing to have on when it's 85 and 100% humidity. Anyway, Gonna be a good hike today, 23.5 miles or so. Gonna be passing a beaver dam. It's been here since 2018 and flooded out the trail. And given all the rain and my experience from the last time through, I'm absolutely taking the alternate to stay away from the lake or the pond that they've created behind the dam. I don't think many people can get through there without falling in. I know the 3 guys I hiked with didn't fare too well trying to cross it 3 years ago. And there's been some reports of successful crosses, but I'm not trying to press my luck. Anyway, after that, we've got an 18-mile day into Port Clinton. We're trying to hit and run, basically, so we'll resupply fast at the Super Walmart, and then head back to a shelter that they've got for hikers. I'm kind of confused if there's one or two of them, because there is a church pavilion listed and then like a town pavilion listed. So I'm not sure if they're one and the same or what the deal is. Either way, we're going to stay there for the night, and then it'll be some nice hikes from there to Delaware Water Gap, where we will have a 6.5 mile hike in on the 2nd, and it'll be like an effective 0 for us. So get a little bit of rest after a pretty big section, and then get ready for getting into New England, because before too long we'll be through New Jersey and New York. So really starting to kick up the number of states we've crossed off the list. And oh, I should have looked to make sure. Yeah, this is right. Yeah, because there's a blaze ahead of us. And then hopefully Katahdin before too late in July. They are saying that the snowpack up north in Washington and the Cascades is real deep this year. So my mid-July start looks like to be kind of an ideal time for this season, but we'll see. Everyone keeps telling me how easy the PCT is in comparison. I really hope that they're basing that on truth, because that will be a huge factor. If I can make big miles in the beginning, that's going to be a game changer. I'm a little bit nervous of the timeline, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, don't need to worry about that now. All we need to worry about now is getting to the tent site tonight. So 23 miles to go. See you off the trail. Oh yeah, we're deep into Rocksylvania. This is the kind of thing that can kill a hike. All these rocks are slick. Not all of them are stable. Oh wow. That one felt stable and it wasn't. Jeez. The other thing, it keeps you out of a rhythm, which is real important for making time. So if you can get into a rhythm, it makes it so much easier to keep your momentum and energy up without too much effort. Where the hell, that trekking pole just went nowhere. Wow. That certainly wasn't great. And then we got more, just smaller. This part of the trail is not maintained by any trail club that I am aware of. Well, that, I would imagine, plays a part in why the trail is like this, and why there are so few shelters, and why it has such a bad reputation. But if I can keep both my trekking poles from breaking, or if I can keep my trekking poles from breaking, it'll make a world of difference. I remember trying to do this with one pole. It was a nightmare. Oh, breeze feels nice. Ah, out of that talus field. A million more to go. See you guys up the trail. All right, we are getting to a very special milestone. This road up here represents 1,000 miles to Katahdin. So once we cross it, we will have less than 1,000 miles to go. I'll be back in a second. I'm making a video right now. You have officially less than 1,000 miles to go. Here we are at 1,200. Hell yeah. Already know less than 1,000 to go. But this is a special milestone too. Every 100 miles is. I think like a mile and a half to camp. And pretty early still, so we'll get to hang out and chill for a little bit. Maybe play some cards. Haven't been able to do that in a while with the big days, but might tonight. Good muddy morning. We are heading out of, was it Hurtline or Hurtline Creek and campground area. It is day 3 out of, where were we? Oh my goodness. It's day 3 out of Duncannon. And sorry, I've been planning the next section from to Great Barrington. So I've got a lot of other place names in my head right now. But as you can see, the combination of rain and Memorial Day crowds have tore the trail up. It is super muddy. Day 4, I think, out of Duncannon, or day 1 out of Port Clinton, depending on how you want to look at it. Made a really good time yesterday. Did the 18 miles in, what time did we leave? Probably like a little over 6 hours. So just under a 3-mile-per-hour pace through Pennsylvania, which is not easy to do, but it allowed us to get to Cabela's and resupply from Walmart and all the other stores that were there, and now we're back on trail heading to Delaware Water Gap and meeting up with Popeye and Kick. So Maestro has been like with us on and off. He's not doing the exact same mileage every single day, but like he got to Port Clinton yesterday with us too, despite kind of doing a lighter day the day before. So happy to have him along. All right, going out for a view, about 4.5 miles in on the day. This little campsite here. And that's Pennsylvania for you. A lot of farmland. All right. Stay tuned. We will be getting more views of Pennsylvania, featuring different angles of those farms. So get ready for that excitement as we make our way down this ridgeline. As promised in the next view, different angle of that farmland. Gonna be going over Knife's Edge soon, so that should actually be exciting. I'll stop being sarcastic for a little bit. This has to be the Knife's Edge. All right, a little bit's over. Here's another great angle of the same farmland. But this is a pretty cool spot. I do like this this knife edge. Got like dragon's tooth stuck in my head for some reason. I don't know why. This is not dragon's edge or fire edge. What? No, I'm Dirty Dan. I need to send a picture of this. I'll come back in a second. So we're about to get to the top of this knob. You can see all the shameful graffiti that is on all the rocks. It's a parking lot 0.4 away from this peak, and the trail's pretty nice. So undoubtedly it's a popular spot for locals, and people thought it'd be cool to tag the rocks. It is not. It is not cool. But here we are at the top. Always a pile of rocks. And then off me fly. See what this is looking at. Farmland on the other side of the ridge. Undoubtedly. Looks like someone's been up here to try and take. Not bad. This is clearly the highest ridgeline for a while on either side. More ugly graffiti. Alright, I'm gonna go take a lunch break now. Did about 10 miles since 7 o'clock. It's 11 right now. Just taking it easy today, and then probably spend an hour, maybe 2 at the shelter before heading on to where we're staying for the night. See what everyone else is up to. So, see you guys up the trail. Welcome back to trail. We are a little over 2 miles into our second last day into Delaware Water Gap, second last day in Pennsylvania, and it's a big one. We're going to do 30.5 miles to Kirk something shelter, and post up there. We're about where we will be about 6 miles and change short of Delaware Water Gap, and hopefully where we can meet up with Popeye and Kick, although they're not sure if they're gonna make it, but if not, they should catch up to us by Warwick. If not, we'll see. Anyway, just climbed up Lehigh Gap. I'm soaking with sweat. We tried to do it in the morning, didn't get out as early as I would have liked because the shelter didn't have a privy, which is fine. Honestly, digging a cat hole is nicer because then you're out in the open, clean air. Just finding a spot on the side of a hill is a little difficult, so it took a little bit longer than usual. Great hike today. For the rest of it, I think we're just going to be riding this ridge for a while. The big problem is going to be water. From our shelter, that was the beginning of the first of a 20-mile stretch where there's no good water on trail. I think all this stuff is contaminated with heavy metals. Don't know why. That can occur naturally, or it could be a byproduct of some human actions. It's also supposed to thunderstorm potentially this afternoon, so we'll roll with the punches on that. But should be a pretty cruisy day. We'll have one more big climb at some point in the afternoon to get up onto the final ridge to take us into Delaware Water Gap, and then we'll be there for the day on the 2nd. I think it's a Thursday, and then, or no, it's Wednesday, right? No, today's Wednesday. Yeah, so we get in on a Thursday. We leave on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is our last day in Rocksylvania. We'll be passing through High Point State Park, which is where this ridge line ends. I was looking at the map. Basically from Duncannon to High Point, New Jersey, we're on the exact same ridge. We just go up and down all the gaps in the ridge, and it seems to be this is the one where all the rocks are. So once we finally get off this and onto another one, things will change. Should have some friends coming out to visit as well. Looking forward to that. So should be a nice groovy couple weeks. Gonna be about 12 days away from getting to Great Barrington. So really making progress. We're going to check off Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and get into Mass, all within the next 12 days. So very cool. All right, see you guys up the trail. My feet are like destroyed. Got about 7 miles left to go to camp. 4:20 right now, and there have been forecasting storms all afternoon, but they keep pushing the time back. So basically we're just trying to get to the shelter, and it'll storm when it storms. But this day has been so rough. It's probably been the largest continuous section of the Rocksylvania trash that we've had, and these shoes are shot basically already. So geez, bugs. So I'm gonna probably super glue them. They're not as bad as the ones that I had after the 4-state challenge, but like the sole's already starting to separate on both of them because I've hit so many rocks. It's just unending. No yield, no break. I just want it to stop. Oh. Well, you can see that I'm not coming into town right now. I'm in town already. So what ended up happening was at the end of that 30-mile day, got to a rainy camp or rainy shelter area with a full shelter, and so what I ended up doing was just pushing the last 6 miles into Delaware Water Gap, got into a hotel, and Ended up getting myself a 0, so I did like a 37-mile day instead of the 30.5 that we had originally planned. But anyway, done with Pennsylvania, 45 miles before we're done with Rocksylvania, and then we will be in New Jersey. No, we're going to be in New Jersey, then we'll be in New York right after that. So thank you guys for coming along. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment down there, let me know what you guys thought, and we'll see you up the trail.